Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix. Libra, you are up. Okay, before I go any further, kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, Audible, Bullhorn, Overcast, and several other podcasting platforms. Feel free to listen to whatever platform works best for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. You can follow on any of them. Okay, this is the May energy reading. Now, for those who may be new to this with my readings, I read energy. I don't read reversal. So wherever the energy goes, that's where I go. If I feel that it needs to be delivered as a quote unquote reversal message, I will deliver it as such. But if I receive a reversal in the deck and I feel that's not the energy, that's what I'm going to call it as I see it. All right. There is no gender in tarot. If I say King of Swords, Queen of Wands, Emperor, Empress, I'm not necessarily talking about a male or a female. I'm talking about the energy of the card. I'm saying you are the person or someone around you may embody that energy. For the monthly readings, I pull 8 cards is what I do. Also, I do the pre-shuffle. I've already done the pre-shuffle. I pull 2 cards from the main deck and 2 cards from the clarifying deck for the pre-shuffle. In the main deck, I pulled the 10 of Wands. And 10 of Wands is fire energy. It's carrying a burden. The good thing about 10 of Wands is that it's something that's coming to an end, is what's happening. And when I pulled it out the deck, it did come out as a reversal. So for some of you, with the energy that I'm picking up, you could just be laying the burden down and just letting it go and being over a situation. Because I will explain more in just a second what I mean by that. Because I feel like some people are becoming impatient. The next card that came out was the King of Wands. Again, fire energy. Wands are about passion. Fire energy. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. And there may be something related to the relationship that is creating a burden, that has caused a burden on you. But some of you may be preparing to lay that burden down. Because also 10s, it's the end of a cycle. 10 is as high as it can go, 1 through 10. So if something is at a 10, it's about to come to an end. I feel that some of you, or whatever the situation is, some of you are just kind of over it because you're being impatient about something. The reason I mention impatience is because in the clarifying deck, the Ace of Swords came out. The Ace of Swords is air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Ace of Swords is about new communication coming in, receiving clarity about a situation, removing things that does not serve you. The card that followed it was the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is earth energy. That is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. 7 of Pentacles is about putting in an investment, like you've invested in something and you're waiting to see the fruits of your labor, is what you're doing. You've been putting in some of the work and you're waiting to see what you've done thus far. Where you might have drafted up the blueprint, you might have done this, you might have done that, so on and so forth. I feel with the Ace of Swords being new communication and the 7 of Pentacles being waiting, I feel you're waiting on some type of communication from an individual. Or you may be waiting to tell that individual some type of communication, but I feel that it is the former, not the latter. The reason I say that, King of Wands can also be an authority figure because kings are authority figures. So maybe you apply for a job and you're waiting to hear if you got the job or not. You're waiting on that communication and you're becoming impatient because you're like, okay, wait a second. I submitted my resume almost a month or 2 ago. Why haven't I heard anything from them yet? They're saying that They're still reviewing and all this stuff, but I haven't heard anything yet. So I feel you're becoming impatient. It could have been where you applied for something. You applied for a loan too, and you haven't heard anything yet, and you're becoming impatient. Where it's like, wow, it has taken them forever to approve this loan. Are they going to approve it, or are they not going to approve it? It could be in relation to an offer that was made. Maybe you made an offer to somebody in a relationship and you're waiting for them to tell you what their answer is. And you're becoming impatient because their answer determines what you do next, because you are an air sign. And air signs, they like to know what the next move is. That's how air signs operate. They don't like to just do things and not know what the end result will be, or what, in other words, they usually try to think a few steps ahead. They don't like to be in the dark with things, which is why you're becoming impatient, because the communication hasn't come in yet for whatever you're waiting on. So you feel like you're in the dark and you're like, ugh. So that's the energy that I'm picking up, that you're waiting for the information so you can make your next move and do whatever you're planning on doing. Now, I'm about to pull the 8 cards. With this spread, this could be totally different from the pre-shuffle energy. But from the pre-shuffle energy, you're waiting on something so you know what move to make next. You can't, whatever plans you have, those plans are on hold because you're waiting on new communication to come forth to let you know which way to go. And you can't move forward without that specific communication. So you can stay within your plans is what's happening. All right. I need 8 cards for the sign of Libra for the energy of May 2021. May I have 8 cards for the sign of Libra for the energy of May 2021? And the deck that I'm using is the Angel Wisdom deck. So I'll read what the cards say too, because they have like a little small paragraph on these particular cards. All right. May I have 8 cards for the sign of Libra, please? Thank you. These two came out together. What are they? Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to count these two as 1. May I have 7 more cards, please? May I have 7 more cards, please? 2 cards. Yeah, this is about decisions. What's this? Wow. I'm going to count these as 1 card. May I have 6 more cards, please? I cannot make this up. This is another 2 more cards came out. Wow. May I have 5 more cards, please? Thank you. Finally, 1. May I have 4 more cards, please? This does not, it was fighting to go back in. I'm not going to take it. If it's meant for it to come out, it'll come out. May I have 4 more cards, please? Wow. Okay, 2 more cards came out. Again. Libra, you're double dipping today. Okay. May I have 3 more cards? Thank you. what do we have here? Okay, Libra. This is a relationship. I don't know why relationships always seem to come up in these readings. A lot of relationships have been coming up. That's what you're waiting on. You're looking to close out a cycle because this is dealing with a relationship. Could be a work relationship, could be a romantic relationship. But regardless, you're ready to close out a cycle. The reason I say that is because the World card came up. And that card came up with the World card, and I'll just read it. A brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment. Freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself. Now with the World card can be travel. You could be moving or looking to move. It could be an all eyes on you type of thing where you sort of become the center of attention. But the World card is closing out a cycle. It's about learning a lesson is what it is. Learning a lesson. The card that came out with the World card in twos was the three of, I was about to say cups. I had to pause for a second. The three of cups. For this particular card, this was about celebration, but when it came out, let me hold it up, it came out reversed. That's what I'm thinking that with this news you're waiting on, this is where it would connect to the pre-shuffle energy. You can't celebrate and close out the cycle until you get whatever news you're waiting on, is what it is. And Cups energy is water energy, deals with emotions. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And I feel that your celebration is on hold because you're waiting for some type of information, is what you're doing. You're looking to close out a cycle with someone. These two cards came out together as well. One is the King of Swords, which is your energy, air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. The other one is the Princess or Page of Pentacles. But she came out reversed. Again, bringing messages and things of that nature. Something is holding you up, and I honestly feel it's information as related to your stability, where you don't want to close, you want to close out this relationship, but you can't because you haven't received the information that you need to receive. And with the King of Swords on this card, it says intelligent, impartial, respected, stoic, receiving wise advice, remain objective and fair-minded, public speaking, communicate clearly, unemotional relationships are being emotionally unavailable. So you may be unemotionally available right now. Or you may be emotionally unavailable. Unemotionally. I don't even know if that's a word. Probably is. You may be emotionally unavailable right now. And one of the reasons is because you're waiting on the information. Page or Princess in this deck of Pentacles. And I'll read what it means in the upright. It says, scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous. Time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career promotions or scholarships. A new area of study. I'm reading this as back to the news part. The news hasn't come in yet, and that is what you're waiting on. The good news is that the Ace of Swords came out, and the news is coming. My guess is it's news related to your stability. And that stability will give you the ability to walk away and close out this relationship, is what's happening. The next two cards to come out together is the Ten of Swords and the Four of Cups. But they both came out in the reverse. Ten of Swords is having a painful cycle. And I'll just read it in the upright. The end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders. The end of an addiction. a melodramatic reaction. But it's in the reverse, and that's how I'm reading the energy. Right now, things are stuck because you're still waiting on the information. The Four of Cups also came out upside down, failing to recognize a magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of daily life, discontentment or boredom, lost in your own world. Wake up. This isn't your energy. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly the direction you want to go in. So these two reversals, the energy is correct. You're trying to close out a cycle, but you're unable to. Again, back to the World card. You're trying to close out the cycle in this relationship. It could be romantic, which what I feel it is, but also it could be a job too, where you're just like, I'm not working here anymore. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And you put out your resumes to all of these places and you're waiting to hear back so you can leave the job and start a new one. The next card that came out was the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, again, is air energy. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. At the bottom of the card, it says unfounded fear, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation. Sleepless nights, refocus your thoughts. Again, when I said earlier at the beginning in the pre-shuffle, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, I felt like you were hitting the impatient stage where you're waiting on this news to come. The good news is these two cards came out together. And one card is the Dreamer, which is the Fool. And this is Aries energy. And then the other card is the Wheel of Fortune. I'll read the Dreamer to you. A new start. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. The card that came out with it, like I said before, was the Wheel of Fortune. A fresh new start or the end of delays. Sudden or unexpected progress. A very positive change in your life. Travel or a new vehicle. So possibly you might be buying a new vehicle. Again, is what I mentioned earlier. Some of you might be trying to buy a car. You submitted all your stuff to the finance company, and the finance company is taking forever to get this information to you because this car may be the car you need to get you back and forth to a job that you may want to apply for that you know will require you to commute and do that. And I don't know why, I just heard Lyft. So if some of you are thinking about becoming Lyft drivers in doing that, maybe that's something that's going on where you want to become a Lyft driver, but you don't have a car. And you submitted your application to the finance company to get the car and do that, but it's taking them forever. And you're ready to start driving and making your money, but you can't do that until you get the application approved for the car. What I'm telling you is that if you submitted an application for something, it more than likely will go through. Is what will happen. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this isn't your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading some tarot cards. But with the Wheel of Fortune coming out and it's mentioning a new vehicle, if some of you are thinking about working for Lyft, I didn't hear Uber, I heard Lyft. I specifically heard Lyft. If some of you are thinking about working for Lyft and you know that you're waiting for this finance company to approve you, then more than likely you're going to get approved. They're just taking a while is what's happening. And you will get your fresh new start. Also, something is telling me, don't get hung up on if they don't approve you, because there are other finance companies out there who may approve you too. So if any of you who are dealing with the finance company, don't have your mind set on, oh, I have to deal with just this company. And if they come back and say, oh, well, we couldn't approve you, Don't say, oh, okay, well, I guess it's not going to happen. No. While you're waiting for them to get the approval done, you can still do research and see if there are other companies out there, sort of like a backup plan. I'm not necessarily sure you would need it because the Wheel of Fortune is out. However, it doesn't hurt to have a backup plan. And something saying, if they don't approve you, don't get hung up on it. There is a finance company that will approve you. More than likely, you're going to get approved. You're going to get the car. With the Wheel of Fortune coming out and with the Fool card coming out, you're going to get your new start. You'll be able to do because being a Lyft driver is like self-employment and working for yourself. So you will be able to do that. So you may be on a job right now that you don't like, and you're like, okay, can we just get the approval? Can we just get the approval? And do that. And as soon as you get the approval for the car, you're going to start driving. And I feel like some of you are going to start driving part-time. I don't think you're just going to be like, oh, I quit. No. I feel like some of you will start driving part-time just to see how things work. And then after you see how things work and determine your finances and how much money is coming in and so on and so forth, then you're going to say to the job, you know what? I'm out. And that's what's going to happen on that. For those people who that is their story. For other people where we're talking about a relationship, when the good news comes in, that communication, that Ace of Swords comes in, where whatever it is in regards to your stability, whether it is a new job that will allow you to move and get away from the relationship that you are in, romantic relationship, you're going to be gone. The reason I said I was leaning more towards romance is because the card that came up, and all three of these came out together. The first card is the Lovers. And with this, the Lovers is Gemini energy. You could be dealing with the Gemini. Also, at its core, the Lovers is about choices. And I feel that you're making the choice that you're done. You're over it. You're just waiting for the right moment to leave. Now, it says on the Lovers, embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships. Make choices from the heart, vibrant health, and recovery from an illness. So if some of you haven't been feeling well, it's a possibility you will be feeling better. It also could be connected to, and mind you, I'm just a person, like I said, reading tarot cards. Consult your physician and everything else, but everyone knows that stress plays a role on the body. And if some of you have been in stressful relationships, with this new start of leaving the relationship, maybe the stress was causing you to be physically ill. This is saying that you will more than likely feel better after you have removed yourself from the situation. Now, the card that came out with it, and this was a threefer, these three cards came out together, was the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about sorrow, is what it is. This is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Five of Cups says focusing on the negative, things not turning out the way you anticipated, forgiveness of self or others. Everything happens for a reason. Look for hidden blessings, is what the Five of Cups is about. The Three of Wands came out upside down. When the Three of Wands is, again, fire energy. When the Three of Wands is right side up, it's about your ships coming in, meaning you've done certain things and the ships are coming in. Since all three of these cards came out together, the Lovers, the Five of Cups, the Three of Wands, this is telling me that, or at least this is the energy I'm picking up, that you feel the relationship you're in has nowhere to go. It can't, there isn't any room for growth in this relationship. And again, it could be at your job where you just feel there's no room for growth. You need to do something different. As I said when I did the May energy pull, when I was telling everyone the order that I would do the readings, I said May will be a month about choices. I feel you've come to the decision, whatever relationship this is, and it seems like I've been repeating myself through all of these readings. Because all of these readings thus far, they've been about choices. A lot of them have been about people making choices, whether it's in romantic relationships, whether it's in work relationships, whether it's in family relationships, or what have you. A lot of people have been making choices. That's the energy that's been coming up for the month of May. So you've come to the conclusion, and you will more than likely come to the conclusion in the month of May, that whatever relationship you are in, there isn't any more room for growth. It can't expand anymore. That's it. You're done. And you're not expecting any ships to come in. You're not expecting good things to happen. You're not expecting any type of celebration. You're ready to close out your cycle. Hence, the first card that came out was the World. You're ready to close out the cycle. You're just waiting on the news to do so. You're playing the waiting game, is what you're doing, so you can make your final choice. I feel the choice has already been made in your head, where you've already thought most of this stuff out. Whatever situation you're in, you've already played everything out in your head, sort of like a game of chess. You've already played the moves out in your head. You're just waiting for the communication to come in so you can make your next move. Because right now you can't make your next move without the communication coming in. And that's where you're at. And I think I will title this The Waiting Game, is what's going on. So for you, you're making your choice in May. The decision is coming, and it will be a good decision based off of what the cards are saying. The Wheel of Fortune is here. The World card is here. The World card is a positive card. The Wheel of Fortune is a positive card. The Dreamer is a positive card. The Lovers is a positive card. Those are all major arcana cards. These are positive cards. The information will come in as mentioned by the Ace of Swords in the pre-shuffle. But you're going to have to wait till it comes in. And that's where you're at. So anyways, Libra, if any of this resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That way you will know when I upload new audio to the podcast or new video. And don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. Until next time, Libra, be blessed.